Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. We're holding Metzia Daf Lamed Ches. Shir sponsor Lunish Pasam Yakashom Le'Abasitzchok. This is a recording of the shir that was given on Shabbos. So the Mishnah. Hamafkid Peirus Etzel Chaveiroi. Afilim Avudim Lo Yigabeim. So one deposited fruits by his friend, even though the fruits are getting ruined, they're getting spoiled, you should not touch them. He should sell it in front of Bezin. He's saving the fruits for the owner. Says the one, my time. What is the reason of Tanakamo? One wants his own kav more than 9 of his friend. Meaning, what is more saying over here? The owner who deposited the item, he wants his. He doesn't want him to be sold. So either depleting and losing value, he prefers that than have to go and get a new one. Now, we shouldn't point out that what's the difference between the first and the second? If he purchased the first, he'll purchase a new one. So that's maybe we shouldn't learn that we're talking about only fruits that the owner grew on his own, grew in his field. That's his more than the things that he bought. But we'll get to that in a moment. We'll go back to this point in 1 second. The reason is, maybe the owner, knowing that the fruits are being deposited, he used these fruits as a true and meiser on his fruits and all. So now he's going to go and eat his fruits, assuming he has true and meiser. It says in the Brisa, don't touch the fruits. The figure therefore the owner can make it truma and meiser. So what's the problem right now? So Bishul Akano, the figure. Akano said you're not supposed to sell them because other words v'kav shelo yuter v'tishu kav shchaver. Now the owner can make it truma and meiser. Elam nach beitzrug ma'ile fikach. According to nach beitzrug, it's the opposite. What's the chicken? What's the egg? According to nach beitzrug, because it makes truma and meiser, that's why you can't sell. Not because he doesn't sell, that's going to be true or meiser. So now the Rabbanan said, don't do it because maybe the owner will do it. So then the Abayis can do it. Meaning, Rabbanan started, that's what someone we should explain too. Rabbanan said, some people will do it and they won't be careful. They will make true or meiser what's deposited. So I'm saying you're not allowed to sell it. Now once you can't sell it, then everybody in the world can assume that these fruits are still there and use it as true meiser, even lechatchil. Now, a few errors over here. First of all, the Magid Mishnah points out this is only by pikad, not by aveda. As we learned earlier, by aveda we say you should sell it. What about the Ritzad Mekav Shalai? You see from here that that's only when someone indicates I'm depositing by you, I don't want it not to be touched. If it got lost, you don't say this idea. The second nakuda over here is the Machne Ephraim. Very important Machne Ephraim in the sugya. Machne asks, Chakiro, what's the reason you have to take care of it? At least according to Shem Galil, according to Rabbanan, we'll see in a moment, that after a certain amount of loss, you do have to sell. Isn't it din mechiyuvi shmira as a shomer? You have to make sure to take care of the item, including selling it. Or, it's not a din chiyuvi shmira, but it's a din because of Shema Sameta. First, it's the care of the owner. It's the care of something that someone put by him. It's not part of the shmira. My nafkamina. Nafkamina is does the owner come in with a taina, with a lawsuit, with a tvio against the shomer? You're my shomer, you're presharing, you need to sell it. Or it's not my obligation as a shomer if I do it as a Shema Saved. If Kamina la'alacha, to today, regarding chametz. If a person is holding on to a deposit of chametz, and does he have to sell it or not? This goes back to Gemara Pesachim Daf Yud Gimel, where they were talked about someone who's holding chametz and b'shar chamishis. If it's part of the obligation, so then he can come in time now when that chametz back. Now regarding Ritzad Tisha Kavim, what's the idea? The Pashup Shat, and this we'll discuss more in the Shor Machshava. The Pashup Shat is that the whole reason we are in this world is in order for us to earn our living. As Rachel says, Shmuel wants to give us Olam Haba, but he wants us to earn it. So Ritzad Kav Shelo is very essential. Now Tzaddik goes on to say that's the reason why Rosh Chodesh for us is more chaviv than Shabbos, because Rosh Chodesh we do and Shabbos comes from above. Tzaddik adds one more thing, and this goes back to the Rishonim we mentioned before. Tzaddik says when a person purchased something, there's also a special connection to that thing he purchased. And that's why there's a difference between the first purchase and the second purchase. You say, you know what, I'll sell you, buy something else. No. The first purchase I have a special connection to. A very big Yesod, our Tzaddik, we'll discuss it more in the Shul Machshava. And another big discussion that we're sharing over here is, do we say that, to what extent do we say Rav Kahana and Rav Nachman agree to each other? Does Rav Kahana, who says right to the Bekav Shaloi, agree with Cheshinim for Meiser? And does Rav Nachman agree with Rav Kahana? The big discussion we're showing, just to point out that what Toyza says over here. Toyza says that Rav Nachman, who says because of Meiser, agrees with Rav Kahana. Why? Because that's only payers that are not fixed. What about payers that are fixed? Or what about other items that are not payers? You want to tell me they should sell? There'll be enough community? Says no. Because he agrees with Rav Kahana to reach on the Bekav Shaloi. So seemingly, there is a psat to say that we're showing there's not a big machlekes. The question is just what is the main emphasis? What is the main point? Says the Gemara, that's only if they're losing the normal depreciation that you have in these fruits. As the Gemara says later, Rashi points out, look in Daf Mem. If it's depreciating more than normal, so for sure you should sell in Bezdin. So that argues what's our problem? Then maybe it's true as a meiser. I don't care how much it's depreciating. If Kahana said meaning only if it's losing normal. 9 times the Kahana. So it's only a guzman, not actually 9, it's less than 9. So here we have a very important discussion in the Rishonim. Toys asks a question based on what Rashi said. Because Rashi says, what's Kedech Yisrael? Meaning, if it's losing less, if it's depreciating less than normal, for sure you don't sell it. Because it's actually doing very well with the Shem. Is depreciating more than normal? Then everybody agrees you have to sell it. So the machlek is only when it's depreciating normally. So this place says, only there is the machlekes. Very hard to say. Some Rishonim say, yes, only there's the machlekes. So we find by oinoi. If it's less than shtos, it's not a problem. More than shtos, the whole thing is batal. Shtos, you give back the money. So for that little bit, that actually makes a difference. So you could say yes, but Toyza says, and we're going to learn there's different ways to understand. Toyza will say one way. Toyza says that the pshat is like this: if the depreciation per year, as the Gemara says later, is 9.5 kaf for a core, let's say it's 2% a year. 2% a year, and let's say passed out only 3 months of the year. And so how much is it supposed to depreciate in proportion? 0.25%. Let's say you depreciate 1% in 3 months. That's double the speed of a normal. That's where the machlekes is, says places. Rabbanan say, until it didn't reach 2%, you don't sell it. Even though it seems like it's going to reach 2% very quickly, you don't sell it. Rav Gamliel says, once I pass the normal depreciation per month, I can sell it. Even though I did not reach the actual 2%, which is supposed to be for a year. Someone may say the figure of Bava is always some true or meiser mokom acher. We learned that's what you could rely to do true or meiser. Maybe it lost more than the normal depreciation. Maybe it had lost more. To lose that much is not so shchiach. So still, if it does happen, you're going to sell it. You said the Bavais can do it, so people will rely to do true meiser. So what so you're right, I don't just sell it. I sell it to Koyanim as true, and they have to treat it as true. Something more now. Now the next few lines, let's put as we'll see, that's not so clear that we goyrus the next few lines. Rashi thinks you do goyrus. What is it? Says the Gemara, well, not Koyanim is when Koyanim to make true. So according to Rav also. Very easy solution. Rav says, don't do it, maybe it will be truma. So according to Rav just sell it to the Koyanim. Second one, here's the machlekes. The Rav Bar Chana Sovar Yosef Chesroin L'Shchiach Midi. For it to lose more than normal depreciation is not doesn't happen a lot. When it does happen, it happens later. And the Bava, he makes it true, he makes it early in the process. Meaning, I can assume the most probable. It never happened. If it happened, it took some months. In the meantime, the owner already made truma ma'aser. Therefore, no problem, just sell the kriyanim and you'll be fine. So what will say? Yes, it is shchiach for it to lose more than normal depreciation. When it happens, it happens right away. If you want to sell it, maybe you'll sell it early. No, you won't know that it was sold. That's what the Gemara says. So, the few lines of the Gemara here, what is the Gemara saying? We're saying, well, they're arguing how quickly will be more depreciation, and when will the owner make a true ma'aser? Rav Kana says they're probably going to do it much later in the process. It will be more depreciation, will be later in the process. The Bava make it earlier, and Rav Kana says no, it's going to happen much earlier, and it's shchiach, and the Bava will do it later. So this is very hard to understand. First of all, it's a new machlokes we didn't mention before. Second, it's a machlokes Metzias. And it's very hard to say this is the machlokes. So many Rishonim say these few lines we just said, it's not part of the Gemara, it's a Tosefes, an addition of Yudai Goyin, and we don't mention it. And really the Gemara just says simple. Nachman Yitzchak says, does not agree with selling the crown in Midvei Truma. He doesn't want to rely on that, and that's it. Second one, Meisive. A mafkik perus, it's a chaveiroi, v'hir kivu. Person gave fruit to his friend, it got spoiled. Yain v'ich, the wine became sour, shemen v'hivish, the oil went bad, tvash v'hitvish, the honey went bad. Rashi says, brings the concept in diktuk. Whenever you want to say something in Lashon HaKodesh, you use the same word to say the opposite. Hitbish means, and it's not honey anymore. It brings the example of shoirish and yisharish. Shoirish means root, yisharish means to take out the root. So, dvash v'hitbish, don't touch it. I mean, even though all these things are going bad, don't touch it, says Rameir. You should sell it based on. When he sells it, sell it to others. Don't sell it to himself, because it's suspicious if you sell it to himself. One brings other example when we say don't sell it to yourself. You have Gabbai Tzedakah, they don't have poor people, you give the aniyim. So they need to exchange money. We learn all the places. You want to take the copper coins and make it into silver coins. They should not take it to themselves. They take food for their aniyim. They should sell the food to others. So different examples of people should be more careful not to do it. People should not think they're stealing. So what do you see over here? It says fruits that got ruined. Even if it lost more than normal, it's going to normal. We talk about normal. So that's what we said. Then you don't sell them basically. What about the wine that went sour, the oil, the honey? All that is completely gone. Says the Gemara, Shani honey, kavan kam. There, it won't get worse. As bad as it is. Once the wine becomes into vinegar, it stays the same now the whole time. There's no point of selling it now anymore. Says the Gemara now, Shani v'yivish, now that we speak about the bad oil and bad honey. Says the Gemara, what are you going to use it for? Says the Gemara, shemen chazi legaldoi, for to put it on heights. Dvash, the kedisha, the gamle, to put it on some, if there's any scrapes on a camel, you put on the camel. You could sell in basin. What do you do? How are you helping if you got lost, if it's spoiled? For the barrels. You want the barrels to be used by the owner, so you sell what's inside, because as long as you leave spoiled things inside, it ruins the barrel. What's the machlokes? One says you are chayshish for a large loss, but not for a small loss of the kankanim. So don't do it only for that. You do it for the kankanim. The Rishonim we ask over here, why are we asking now what the machlokes is? Isn't this the same machlokes we had in the Mishnah? But the part of Shadi is we talk about specifically about the barrels. we'll talk about the why the got ruined. Everybody agrees that once you have a big loss, you sell it. But now it got ruined, you have a loss, the loss of the kankanim. The question is that going to be a big hefset in the bigger picture when you talk about the kankanim of the wine? Says the Moshe Im Karen Bebeizin Vishu Mikvesha with the Bayim should sell it. In Rabbi Abba, Rabbi Yaakov, Rabbi Yochanan, Locha Kev Shimon, Begamliel. Locha is like him. For Rabbi Abba, Locha Kev Chachamim. It's Locha is Chachamim. For Rabbi Yochanan Chadazim, no, we already know that. That Locha is like a Shimon Gamliel. Why? Anytime we see Shimon Gamliel in the Mishnah, Halacha is always a Locha like him, Chutz except for three cases. Arev, Tzidon, V'rayim Achrein. So why you have to tell me that halacha is like him? It's a Machlik Samurai, according to Rabbi Yochanan, did he say this rule that we always pass him on Shimon Gamliel? So the Gemara Shimon Gamliel and Nishvad Meridim Kar L'Nich Seshavim. Now the Gemara is shifting into a new sugya. And the sugya is Meridim Kar L'Nich Seshavim. What does it mean? Meaning, do we say that when a person is not here, he's captured, do we take a relative and put him into the field to take care of the field? The Rishonim say, why Dafka Karev? The Rishonim say because if the owner will die in captivity, with the Yoirish will be able to keep the field. You don't have to take it out for him again, give it to somebody else. And then that's a big discussion. The Rishonim, do we use up a tropos? Do we don't? Do we try to find somebody else or not? So says the one from Shimon Gamliel that says, let's sell the Aveda. You see that we always try to help the guy. We get involved, try to help him. So also if he's in captivity, put a Yoirish in his nechasim. Rabbanan says, just don't touch the Aveda. He's lost, I don't care. So he means you don't take care of the field. So the one who said, Shimon says you don't touch it, then you sell it. If you don't sell it, it's going to be lost completely. I will also be there with the field. If you don't bring a cargo, it won't be lost completely. You still have the land. Here we have a reason. Because of Ritzot and Mekav Shalai, because Truma Meiser. I will also Machinami the reading with you. You don't Truma Meiser, it's a land. And you Kav Shalai, you're going to get it back if you come back. So well, maybe the trade time, and you want to say they're not related, not correlated, they don't go together. For all my video, Shmuel, if you said him of Shmuel, Halacha Kev Shimon Gamliel, you sell Halacha Kev Shimon Gamliel that you sell. For all my Shmuel, Moridim Karl Nix Shav, you also said that Moridim Karl Nix Shav Mashma because of the same reasoning. Leshitosoi. So one laugh, Mamish with the Chataymo. Isn't because of the same reason? Loy. Trade Tamin is two different reasons. So that makes sense. Okay. Rak would say, you see, these two different machlekes have nothing to do with each other. One is do you sell a pikadon, the other one they go into the Chsisham. Trade Tamin, Shvamino, that we see clearly. So nothing more goes into it a little bit. Itva. You have one who was captured in captivity. Rabbi Shmuel, do you bring a relative to take care of the field? If you know for sure he died, not for sure, Ashtisa says, it's 2 8, there was no question. Talk about you have only 1 8, only a rumor. For sure you put a curve there. Keep he didn't hear him, he didn't hear that he died. He was just captured. Maybe the car will go in, he won't take care of it. We know that he's going to always get, you're going to treat like a sharecropper. He needs to give back to the owner, he needs to take for himself. He won't ruin the field. So we have a pasuk in the Klal. It says that Shmuel will be angry on Am Yisrael and will kill them. So of course, so of course, the wife will be a widow, and the children will be orphans. That's what usually happens. What does it come to Tishri? Talking about that the woman who want to get married, they don't let them. The children want to go to the house with the father, you don't allow them. What does it mean? 2 different cases. One case is just killing. The other case is they're going to be in captivity. We experience it today. Someone's in captivity. We don't know what happened to him. So we can't allow the wife to get married, and we can't allow the son to go into the karka. That's another klal. The Mepharshim are a little bothered. They say the klal is an or the people doing the chatayim. I'm going to punish you. I'm going to kill you. Or I'll put you in a situation that the wife cannot get married. Why is that a punishment for the husband that the wife cannot get married? So the Ben Yadya says that he will be buried, and they're going to have to take him out of the grave to make sure it's him. So he'll be bizarre in a mess. That's one answer. There's other answers. Part of Shad is that there will be a punishment, an Am Yisrael, where people will die, and women will not be able to get married, and children will not be able to inherit. It all goes together. So anyway, the Gemara says, you see over here that you don't allow the children to go to the karka at all. No, they're allowed to go in. They don't allow them to sell. There was a case of she wanted to bring a riot from the same riot that we said now that says the children don't go in. Now we're talking about to sell, but not to manage the property. Maybe you are from the city of Papadisa. What? Why? They put a elephant into a hole of a needle. Meaning you're saying svars that don't make sense. And the Shesem are exactly equal to each other. But the wife means she's never going to get married, not half married. Means the child does not go into the karka at all. So he doesn't like the tchiyah that we said. So the one where you didn't carve this shavui tanoi, it's a chukis tanoi. Someone who goes into the nechos of shavui. So here the question is, why it's not yoyred? It should say my reading, right? But so already already pointed out in the Mefosh. You don't take away from him. He heard that his carve that he thought is dead is coming. He ran away, grabbed some food, and raised his Zori's Niska. It's okay, because when he goes in there, he's considered to be the owner, unless we know otherwise. What's the Niska? One of the people that will bequeath the property went to Medina Sayam. They heard they died. The Rishonim say they went to Medina Sayam and they were captured over there. And they heard they died. So because they couldn't do anything else. So we talk about it, they heard they died, goes back to what the Gemara said before. If you know you heard he died, so then the shavi goes, then the car goes in. Then you take it away from him. What is the tushin? His father, his brother, one of the people that bequeathed the property. They went to overseas. They didn't hear that they died. That's the case of the Amorai. The case of Rabbi Shmuel. So it says you're not allowed to go into the field. It's like showing that you do allow the carve to go in. So exactly a machlekes of the Amorai, Rabbi Shmuel, it's a machlekes here. But there's a third case in the Brayso. With a reish. They take it away from him. Everybody agrees. He's here, he's not captured, he's not in DSM. We don't know where they are, they're hiding somewhere. So then you don't let a carve go in. So you have three cases. Case number one is shvuim, which means captured and dead, or at least we heard he's dead. Second case is netush with a nun, captured, but we didn't hear he's dead. And the third case is ritushim, he's not captured, he's just, we don't know where he is. Why are we changing the word? What is netushim with a nun? What is netushim with a reish? Netushim the balakotha. Netushim means he was forced, he was captured. He can't do anything about it. Shmita, leave it alone, and you have to leave the field. The king takes it away from you. Because Baruch took away the field from you. This goes back to this. How do we look at Shemitah? Shemitah is something just gone from the owner, or the owner needs to be mafkir. And this is one of the right, the Losh of the Gemara, Afkas of the Malko. It's a Afka of the king of a Kodesh Baruch taking away from the owner. So Netusha means he was forced, that means he was captured. Retusha the Midaita, Retusha wasn't captured, he's just hiding something. How do you know Retusha means Midaito? Nechtiv, Aim al Bodim Retusha. What is it talking about? Rashi says, it says in that pasuk, "V'kam shoim b'amech." Rashi in the pasuk, the people were afraid of the enemy. So what do? They ran away like Aim al Bodim Retusha, like a mother who leaves the kids in a case and runs away. They ran away. Why? So the Rashi brings the whole pasuk. It says, "The hemshech pasuk is kishut shalmon beis arbeel b'yom milchama." So we're talking about, he says, thieves come in war, al yedei ma'arav, when they set up a trap, al ama yeshiva b'sham shalom yizurim livrach b'hem. How much when you get to us? People just came, was a surprise. What happens? They come, they empty up the city immediately because they're not productive. And the pasuk says that in this case, they're going to run away even though there's no enemies. They're just going to be afraid of the enemies. Like a mother who leaves the kid. That's the pasuk. So you see, talk about you leaving without, nobody forced you. You just decided on your own to leave. So Ritushim is Midaito. So again, we have three cases. We have Shvuim, captured and dead. Netushim, captured, not dead. Netushim means forced. Meaning he wasn't his own volition. Ritushim was his own volition. So that's what we said before. You give him like a sharecropper. So what we're talking about? In the first case, that we already died. We said he can take whatever he wants, whatever he takes is his, even if there's rumors that his relative is coming. My dash will be biased. Of course, would he himself improve the field? Of course he takes. Ela Ritushim. Talk about the third case. Ritushim, Midaito. Says the Moav, we said that he can't be there. Ela Ritushim. Talk about the middle case. The man, Kurtu. Rabbanon hold you, take it away from him. Shmuel holds the Tushim and Shmuel the same, but Shmuel takes the whole thing. So of course, when Tushim, so Tushim also takes the whole thing. So more no, because Shmuel will look at Shmuel. It's not. It's like Shmuel. You let the car be there, but not exactly. Because Shmuel they would see with some other you allowed the car to be there. The Lo Shmuel you lost some Zoris Veniskar. There he can take whatever he wants. And here he just gets like a sharecropper. So more now explains. When we're talking about the middle case of Shmuel and Gamliel, there is a difference. When it's Shmuel, we already died, the car goes and takes everything. But when he didn't hear he died, so then you go in, but he gets like a sharecropper. So Rashi and Rashi takes to argue this big Mechlekes Rishonim in the Sugya. When do we show Ka'aris? Do we show Ka'aris the entire time? And since he goes in, he always has to. He just takes a third or a half, like a sharecropper, and the rest he leaves for the owner. Or before the owner comes, he takes the whole thing, and he eats it. Then the owner came. When the owner comes and there's still fruits in the field, then they divide the sharecropper. That's the Mechlekes Rishonim. You see Tosis here in the left. Just the first line. He brings an etushim so that's a rational in this case as well. And there's comes to argue. So we'll stop over here. Be'ez Hashem, continue from this point in the next half.